Ada stood at the glass doors of St. Michel Research Hospital in Geneva, gripping the handle of her suitcase. Her fingers were cold from the early morning wind. She took a deep breath and stepped inside. The reception hall was wide and bright. White floors, spotless walls, and the faint smell of disinfectant. She looked around, feeling both small and thrilled. A nurse with sharp eyes and a friendly smile waved her over. "Dr. Ada Eze?" she asked. Ada nodded, her heart pounding. "Welcome to St. Michel. We've been expecting you," the nurse said. She handed Ada a white coat with her name stitched on the chest. Ada ran her thumb over the letters, Dr. Ada Eze. It felt heavy and real. A man walked up behind the nurse. His hair was mostly gray, his eyes steady and cold. This was Dr. Muller, head of surgery. He shook her hand firmly. "You're the surgeon from Nigeria, correct?" he asked. "Yes, sir," Ada said, standing straight. "I've read your file. You're talented. But talent alone doesn't save lives. Discipline and courage do," he said. His voice was flat, almost warning her. "I understand," Ada replied. He handed her a small silver key. "This opens the archives in the basement. You'll help catalog old surgical notes when you're not in the operating room. Consider it part of your training." "Thank you," Ada said quietly. That night, Ada lay awake in her small dorm room. The walls were bare, and the sound of distant hospital machines echoed faintly through the halls. Tomorrow she would see her first surgery here. She thought about her father, how he had died waiting for proper care. She had promised herself she would never freeze in an operating room the way his doctors had. At midnight, she gave up trying to sleep. She picked up the archive key. The basement smelled of old paper and metal. The light above her flickered as she stepped inside. Shelves lined the room, each packed with thick files and handwritten logs. She moved slowly, running her fingers along the labels. Near the far wall, she noticed a black leather-bound book with no tag. Curious, she pulled it down. The cover felt worn but solid. She flipped it open carefully. Inside, the first pages were filled with clean, sharp drawings of human organs. Lungs, hearts, nerves. Every artery was labeled. Every muscle fiber was detailed. The notes were all in tight, clear handwriting. At the top of the first page she read, Dr. Emil Verhagen, Personal Anatomy Journal, 1962. Ada felt her heart race. Dr. Verhagen was a legend in old surgical journals. He had tried techniques far ahead of his time, some considered impossible. She turned the pages slowly, her eyes wide. She saw diagrams of liver resections, complex heart valve repairs, and delicate nerve suturing methods she had never seen before. This is beyond anything I've learned," she whispered to herself. Hours passed without her noticing. When she finally looked at her watch, it was almost 3 a.m. She closed the journal gently, pressing it to her chest. Her hands were shaking, but not from fear, from excitement. She looked around the dark archive room, feeling alone but strangely powerful. "This could change everything for me," she said quietly. Ada slipped the journal into her bag and turned off the light. As she walked back to her room, her steps felt lighter, as if she was already moving towards something bigger, something dangerous and beautiful.